Yes guys, what is up? Hope everybody is keeping well and welcome back to the channel. Game week 36. Has it been a long season? Has it been a short season? I'm not sure. 3 game weeks to go. The triple captain is active. We're 35k overall and we badly need a haul from Erling Haaland in the hunt for this top 10k finish. We've got a few in the chat already. Do let us know where you're watching from in the world. Drop a like on the stream as always, and if you haven't subbed to the channel already, head on down there, click subscribe. We're about 28 subs or so off hitting 9.1k. It'd be great to hit that on today's stream. Who have we got in the chat here? Alia Zira, hope we're keeping well. Sakib as always. Saw Doctor as well, great to see you. Buzzing about too. The usuals are in the chat then as well. And Callan Boo Butak 1992 in the chat then as well. Hope everybody is keeping well this morning. Do let us know where you're watching from in the world. As we said, also get the likes in on stream. We've got plenty of these packs to open throughout the stream. You know how it goes. Once we hit the first 20 likes, we'll be opening our first pack of Panini stickers. Probably opened too many during the week. During the Champions League games, I was getting diving into packs in as well. It's very addictive, but sure, look. Yeah, keep the likes on coming. What are we in the chat here? Morning from buzzing about. Saw Doctor, sorry, but I was at the game last day, but couldn't see it last night. I was actually at it, but I was in the press box. I wasn't doing my duties out around the crowd last night, just because I didn't have a helper last night. But sure, look, unlucky. They probably could have got something out of the game. Unfortunately, they didn't. But morning as well there. What else are we saying in the chat? 100 points this week, Sakib. Fingers crossed, yeah. 100 points from Erling Haaland would be brilliant, but badly need a double-digit return from Haaland. We avoided going against Gabriel. We saved it for this. As I said in my video during the week, I'm not expecting much from the Brentford game. Maybe one return, but that Crystal Palace game is where we're going to get something. Jovial in the chat. Morning, Niall. Buried my dad. Jesus Christ, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Buried my dad on Thursday, so whatever happens for the rest of the season, just remember it's only a game. Don't let bad luck affect you and enjoy the run in May. Jovial, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Sending you some love here. 2 seconds now. How do I send you this? Very sorry to hear that, man. May you rest in peace. I can't. Where is the hearts on these? Where is the emojis here? That's for your dad right there, man. Very sorry to hear that. It is only a game. There's far things more important than FPL, but very sorry to hear that, man. And definitely thoughts and prayers to your father then. Exactly, yeah. Show some love for Jovial's dad in the chat there. Well, Kalin from Romania. Abbas, morning mate. Hope you're well. IO3175 from Malaysia. Sorry to hear that, yeah. Very sad. Right, going back to Saw Doctor here. Thoughts on O'Reilly, triple captain for chasing rank. What are we thinking on O'Reilly? If you want to go outside of Haaland, I think O'Reilly is the next best shout. There's an argument for going from Semenyo to Shirky if you have a couple of free transfers available. I don't, as I was chatting during the week. You can see I haven't made a transfer just yet, but I will be looking to make one, but I won't be looking to move on Semenyo. It's probably going to be, well, if you watch the video during the week, you know what's going to happen. But I slept on it last night. I was thinking about Saka. It probably is going to be Saka, but I'm eyeing up 1 or 2 players instead of Saka if I do want to be extra differential and try and get that one step closer to the top 10k. Maybe the triple captain is enough, but I'm about 32 points off top 10k at the moment. Let's say Haaland gets 10 points, that brings us to 20 points off top 10k. Going to the rest of the team there, I don't have too many differentials to people who are in the top 10k already, so maybe I need to go someone outside an uber differential outside of Saka. So let's see on that, but for now, Palmer's in the team, João Pedro's in the team. I've got Calvert-Lewin, I've got Hill on the bench. I mightn't even play João Pedro. I might sub in Calvert-Lewin over that. I do think Spurs keep Leeds relatively quiet, with the fact Spurs have to win that game, and with the fact they're playing at home also. So let's see on that then as well. But João Pedro, he's in there for now. Will Chelsea get a consolation goal at Anfield? Maybe. Do I expect Liverpool to win that game? Yes. Will Hill get DEFCON? He's got a hit rate on DEFCON of 68% this season, so maybe it's the a sensible option to bring in Hill. I didn't play him last week, so I don't want another 8 or 9, 10 pointer from Hill on the bench. I was hurt by him last week, but he has been good to me all season, to be fair, so I can't give out about him too much. But yeah, it's 3 decisions I need to make. 2 decisions, 3 players in 1 decision, and my second move, or my first move on what I'm going to do for the Palmer replacement. Callan Bubatak watching from Romania. Abbas in the chat there then as well. IO3175 from Malaysia. Great to see that. IO3175, would you do Alderete and Sarr, Van Heck and Soboslai for free? Probably would, if it was for free. Yeah, I'd do that. Make sure you have your Tree City. Make sure you have yeah, that's all you need this week anyway. Make sure you have your Tree City. Outside of that, a Sarr, I think he plays 1 game. Even if it's a cameo on the second one, he might even start the first and make a cameo on the first one, and then I don't think they'll risk him against City. So yeah, I'd probably move on Sarr. If you have him, maybe keep him, but Soboslai's a nice differential as well. Chelsea Villa, isn't it? And who have they the last game of the season? Let's have a quick look at this on Soboslai, because I was considering. I don't think I will do him for Palmer. I was considering Liverpool Aston. Yeah, they've got Aston Villa game week 37 on the Friday night next week, and then Brentford at home. Brentford is it the fact that Brentford will be hoping Liverpool win that game in the hopes Villa finish 5th? Is it so Brentford can get Champions League? Am I right in saying that? I think that's it. So Soboslai or Liverpool attackers are good shouts for the last game of the season, because Liverpool will be looking for that 3rd or 4th spot, isn't it? I think it's the 4th spot. Who's in 3rd? Let me double check this. It is 4th, isn't it? Yeah, of course. United finished 3rd. What am I on about? Right, yeah. I have the same team as yours, Abbas, except have Saka for Palmer. 3 free transfers remaining. Can you please suggest potential transfers I should make or not make this week? You can go from Semenyo to Shirky, get yourself some money there. Even João Pedro to Gyökeres. Nothing wrong with that if you want to go with that. Go with that there if you want to do those transfers. I probably would if I had the free transfers available. I would do that. So let me know if you're going for that. How many of in the chat here? We've about 40 people in the chat at the moment. We're on 4 likes. Let's try and get it up to 10 or 15 likes in the next couple of minutes. So go down there, give the stream a like. Once we get our first 20 likes, we'll be opening our first pack. Had a bit of a gem find during the week there. All in the space of 5 to 10 packs. We got 1 Erling Haaland, 1 Cristiano, 1 Lionel Messi, or that's Harry Kane, sorry, 1 Harry Kane, and ruined it here, 1 Lionel Messi. So who'd be the 5th? Would it be Vinicius Jr.? Haven't packed him yet anyway, but yeah, get the likes going on stream. First 20 likes, we'll be getting our first pack open on that then as well. Right, first poll up on stream, let's get that going, sure, I suppose. 34 in the chat, great to see that this morning. Right, let's see, are you using your triple captain this week? Your TC this week. Let's see who's got it left and who's going to get some points this week from Haaland. Right, who else have in the chat here? I have Darlow, Senesi, Canvo, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Semenyo, Saka, Fernandes, Haaland and Welbeck. Welbeck's a nice differential this week, very nice differential. Verbruggen, Gallagher, Scott and Van Heck. Bench boost or triple captain Haaland. Triple captain Haaland, get it out of the way. Haaland could easily be a 10 to 15 pointer this week. 2 goals from him and he's a 10 to 15 pointer, so easily a 15 pointer actually if he gets 2 goals. So leave it on Haaland. Looking at that bench boost, Darlow against Spurs, not expecting much on that then as well. You would play Verbruggen any at home to Wolves, so that's fine on that. Van Heck is probably coming into the starting 11 over Senesi, so you're probably going to have Senesi on your bench. Gallagher, Scott, Gallagher, not mad on Gallagher. No, didn't he score last week? But no, I'd leave off the bench boost this week. You have a strong enough starting 11 there. You've got your triple city, don't you? O'Reilly, Semenyo, Haaland. Yeah, get the triple captaincy going on Haaland, and you're good to go there. I have 3 transfers. Should I get Saka, Shirky for Semenyo, Palmer, or save them? 3 game weeks ago. Why not just go for it? Get those in there. As I said, now I only have 1 free transfer. Semenyo would be going to Shirky if I had 2 moves. Because I don't, I'm going to have to just make the 1 move. And one of the Chelsea boys is going, and that's probably going to be Palmer. Yeah, so just unfortunate about his penalty miss last week. Could have done that. Could have done with that goal in a money league them in. But sure, look, He's gone out of the team now. Not yet, but he will be. Would you do Alderete and Sarr to Van Heck and Szoboszlai? Probably would. If you can keep Sarr for this week, maybe if you're somebody else in midfield like a Wilson, go from Wilson to Szoboszlai, go with that. But I can see the reason why you want to get rid of Sarr. I'm not that confident on his minutes of the double game week. Callan Bubatak 1992 may have a dilemma this week. Senesi Hill to Lacroix. If I do Senesi route next transfer, Lacroix to Saliba, DCL to Bone. If I do Hill route next transfer, Lacroix to White, DCL to Bone. Any thoughts? Timber's definitely out for this week. Is it a risk he could be back in before the end of the season? Maybe they might want to get him up to speed before the Champions League final, or they might just want to play Ben White in the team anyway. Senesi Hill to Lacroix, and then DCL to Bowen. Then would you be doing? Are you going to play Hill after this game? So Bournemouth have Man City, and last game week of the season, Bournemouth have who have they here? Nottingham Forest. Are you going to play them? Maybe not for the last two, so does it really matter who you get rid of? You're looking towards your cash flow then. You'll have more money if you get rid of Senesi, so maybe just keep Hill. To be fair with Hill, he's been outperforming Senesi on the DEFCON. I know Senesi got his a couple of attacking returns over the last couple of weeks, but apart from this week, if you do play them at all, I don't think you're going to be playing them for the last two game weeks with City next week and Forest on the last game week of the season. So maybe just do the Senesi route, get yourself some extra cash, and I'd probably just go for that. Then you can do Lacroix to Saliba, and you'll be able to afford that as well. If you do the Hill route, Lacroix to White. There's a slight doubt on whether Timber's going to be, or uncertainty whether Timber's going to be back for the last game of the season. He might be back, and they might want to risk him at all with the Champions League final. Ben White's been doing quite alright for Arsenal, to be fair. But that Senesi route gives you more security with that Arsenal defender, so I'd just go for that. Castle02 of 2 free transfers. Should I swap Senesi for Gabriel and Palmer for Saka, or Thiago for Gyökeres? 2 free transfers, I'd be going to Gabriel for sure. West Ham second most goals conceded from corners this season, so I wouldn't say no to Gabriel return this week, or even 1 or 2, we'll see. Palmer for Saka is fine. Keep Thiago, no point taking a -4, so all good there. Blaine, any differential there? Where are you going, Blaine? Where are we going with Blaine? Did we miss him there? Blaine, any differential forward you recommend? Worried about Gyökeres. Have 3 Brighton already, so no Watkins, and I don't think Watkins starts this weekend. Any differential forward? Worried about Gyökeres. If you've enough money for Gyökeres, why not go for them? Assuming you're saying you're worried about his minutes with Kai Havertz. Maybe that's what you're saying, is it? Let's have a quick look here at your forward options. So stay away from João Pedro. You've triple Brighton already, so you can't go Welbeck. Wouldn't go near Fulham. Wouldn't go near Evan Nielsen. Wouldn't go near United. Wouldn't go near Robbie. Man City already have triple Man City. Igor Jesus, I wouldn't go near him either. There's not many picks outside Gyökeres. If there's nobody else, I think I'd be going Gyökeres there. The forward pool is poor. DCL against Spurs, I don't think I'd be using a transfer to get DCL there, so I'd probably leave that off. Not ideal. Gyökeres, I think, is the only pick if you're going for a forward this week, unfortunately, Blaine. Saw Doctor, what Crystal Palace players would you bring in? None. If you want to bring in one, Lacroix. Apart from that, none. I wouldn't be going wasting a transfer on Crystal Palace lads. Was it 5, 6, 7 new players that had in their team rotated last week? Fair enough for the first game. Who are they playing first? Crystal Palace are playing. Who are they playing first? Everton. They might play an alright team after that, but I don't think they will. And then I'm expecting a lot of rotation for that City game. I want the triple captain, but I'm afraid he doesn't deliver Haaland. You've only got 3 game weeks to go. This is your best chance to triple captain Haaland. I'm expecting 1 return against Brentford. If he gets 2 or 3, then against Crystal Palace. 1 goal and 1 goal. 2 goals over both games. That's 8 by 3 is 24. 4 by 3 is 12, so that's 36 points, and that's without bonus already. A goal in each game, and that's well doable for Haaland. So 36 points. So that is my maths in there. 8 and 8 is 16, and then what am I saying? Yeah, so 8 and 4 is 12. Yeah, 36. That's without bonus. So yeah, I'd be going definitely for that triple captaincy this week. No other game week of the season is more appealing than a double game week. get it locked in on Haaland. You have to do it this week. Dean McDonald, another one. Teams this week. Morinera. Hope you're keeping well. Got 31 points on the bench boost last week. Chuffed with that. Outrageous going. Fair play. Team this week. Martinez, Gabriel, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Bruno Fernandes, Rodgers, Casemiro, Shirky, Haaland, Watkins, Welbeck. I like Welbeck up front. Watkins might be a bit of a risk this week with that European final now as well. Watkins to Gyökeres, if you can do it, I'd go for it. But Martinez, Gabriel, Van Heck, O'Reilly, defence is fine. Bruno Fernandes, Rodgers, Casemiro, Shirky, all good there. Haaland, Watkins, Welbeck. If you've got one or two transfers, do go for it. Watkins to Gyökeres. Ramadhian did like number 3 just now. Appreciate that. Get the likes going up on stream if you can. Ramadam, just with the like number 3 there. What are we sitting on at the moment? At 9:05 this morning. 13 likes. If we can get 7 more likes, let's get into this first pack. I'm buzzing to open this first pack. I've been going through them all week. Sakib, current lineup: Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Kadioglu, Senesi, Hill, Doku, Bruno Fernandes, Tavernier, Haaland, DCL. Yeah, looking at Tavernier then as well. Looking at Hill on the bench then too. Looking at DCL on the bench. I've got 3 players to play over one position. So that's something I need to lock in then as well. But Sakib, Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Kadioglu, Senesi, Hill, Doku, Bruno, Tavernier, Haaland, DCL, benches Darlow, Gordon, Palmer, João Pedro. Looking at Palmer to one of Vert, Szoboszlai will bench DCL or Senesi. Palmer to Szoboszlai, nothing wrong with that. Szoboszlai on corners, I'd go for it. Best Okafor replacement with 8.2 in the bank: Eze, Sarr or Szoboszlai. Just because you're on about Eze, I wanna go into this because I'm potentially looking at Eze then as well. Maybe it's because of last year, the last couple of games, last game week of the season, Eze got an 18 pointer. How many minutes did he play last week? 52 is an ideal. 77 against Fulham last week. West Ham, didn't he get subbed off early then as well? So I don't mind Eze as a differential. 8.8%. Let's see his minutes. Didn't he get taken off last week the same time as Saka? I'm nearly sure that he did. So it's around the 60-minute mark. So he should be fine to start this weekend. Matches here then as well, right? So he played. What did he play? 59 minutes. Odegaard came on, so maybe the uncertainty around Odegaard, whether he's going to start then too. Would have preferred if Odegaard didn't come on, to be honest with you. So maybe that probably pushes me away from Eze. I like the Eze pick if you're comfortable taking the punt that I do think he starts, because he was taken off early alongside Saka. I do think Eze does start. It's just whether he's going to start the Burnley game, whether he's going to start the Crystal Palace game with Saka. I know his minutes is going to be managed. I think he does start the next 3. They have to wrap up the league. I know they're eyeing up that Champions League final then as well, but Saka starts, whether that's 60 to 70 over the next 3. That's probably enough for him to return then too, and I don't think they'll take him off until they're winning. Eze, if you want to go for it, Jocks. Next up, Szoboszlai. Eze and then Szoboszlai. That's what I'd be going for there. I have 3 transfers. Should I get Saka, Shirky for Semenyo, Palmer, or save them? Go for it. Only 3 weeks left. I'd prefer Shirky to Semenyo. Palmer, boot him out of the team. Get him gone. Doku, good differential. Triple captain Sakib. O'Reilly. O'Reilly's my next preferred option after Haaland. Even probably Semenyo has a more haul potential over Doku. Sorry, I think Doku's got his returns last week against Everton. I'm not mad on Doku, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at him here now. Obviously, he got the 2 last week. Did he return the week before? Let's see. 6.5 isn't too bad, to be fair. Okay, he got an assist the week before. Nothing, then a goal. Nothing. Bench. But he will be starting, to be fair. He's peaking, to be fair. I wouldn't. I'd still rank him middle with Semenyo now. So Haaland is obviously there, O'Reilly, then you have Shirky, and then just after Shirky is going to be Semenyo and Doku, in and around the same levelness, if I can speak like that. But I'm not mad on the Doku pick, to be honest with you. His end product isn't there, fair enough. He got 2 goals last week. No, I'm not going on Doku, to be honest with you. D McDonald, after this week, getting rid of Watkins and Rodgers, don't care. That'll be a -4. Villa heavily rotating after this weekend with the Europa League final and top 5 spot guaranteed. Very fair, and they've Burnley up next then, don't they? Excuse me. Doku is risky. He doesn't get much attacking returns. Yeah, I'm not fully sold on him. Great content, mate. Best of luck this week. 82 Paul Mack. Appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. Get the likes and subs up. Let's end the season on a high note. Really appreciate that, Sakif. Good man. Really appreciate that. What are we on now? We're on wow, plenty of subs this morning. We're 21 subs off hitting 7.1k. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please consider going down there, click and subscribe on the channel. It's great to see a great influx already on the stream. Love that. Jovial, your message is gone. Sorry, what did you say there? Your message is gone. I won't be able to buy LaCroix to get Saka in Game Week 37. Should I get Richards or Canvo? Does Canvo look the most secured or most nailed now? Did he start last week? If he started last week, I probably would get him in, yeah. Did Richards start last week? I don't think he did. If Richards didn't start last week, I'll be starting Canvo. Yeah, I'll be getting Canvo just for a small bit of security. That Crystal Palace lineup is a bit of a minefield though. Thankfully I didn't keep the wild card for this week to load up on Crystal Palace, lads. But no, I wouldn't be going for that. Canvo there, David, is what I'll be saying there. Abbas, I've bench boost still remaining. Which game week will I kind of use it and use triple captain this week? Let me know who's on the bench boost. I'd probably be looking towards next week as well. I wouldn't be bench boosting on the last game week of the season with all the rotation that's going to be going on there. So no, I'd leave that off there. Definitely not. Next week then for a bench boost, triple leads against Brighton isn't ideal. Who am I even going to start there? We'll see. We'll come over that. We'll get by that. We'll get by that next week. Probably, yeah. I'll probably want another Arsenal next week, but for triple, yeah. So that probably means Raya in for one of the goalkeepers. Interestingly enough, grand. Yeah, no, I'd bench boost next week if you're playing triple captain this week. I'm not tied up on a bench boost in game week 38. Definitely not. David, go for Canvo, yeah. Callum Butak 1992, thanks mate, appreciate it. I'm thinking to play Hill over Tavernier and play a 5-4-1. I'm not shying away from that either. I might even play Hill over Tavernier myself. 5-4-1 for Bruggen, Gabriel, Van Heck, LaCroix, O'Reilly, Hill. That's a strong backline there. Bruno, Saka, Semenyo, Matoma, Haaland, bench Pedro, DCL, Tavernier. Yeah. Yeah, I need to decide what I'm doing with Joe Pedro myself. For now, he's starting in my team. Nothing wrong with that. Kalim Bubatak 1992. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you're probably playing sensible with Hill's route to DEFCON then as well. You're probably looking at it 4 points before Hill even starts the game week. That's something I need to consider then as well. Will Leeds get a penalty against Spurs? Potentially. Hopefully Kelleher can save a penalty against Haaland. Definitely not Saw Doctor. We need as many penalties as possible from Haaland this week. Definitely not. If you saw my captaincy video on Instagram during the week, Haaland is going to stick on that upper echelon like I did on the captaincy video. A couple of penalties would be lovely. YM, your motivator. Already used triple captain. Should I do bench boost this week? Game week starting 11. Sorry, bench boost this week or next game week for Bruggen, Van Heck, Gabriel, Gehi, Fernandez, Semenyo, Gross, Tavernier, Thiago, Joe Pedro, Haaland. Benches Raya, Hill, Wilson. Get your bench boost locked in this week. Yeah, definitely. You're well set up this week compared to next week. Go with that. Henry, bench boost remaining. Should I activate it this week for Bruggen, Bowen, Dewsbury Hall, Tarkowski? Yes, I would go for that. Crystal Palace against Everton. They'll be heavily rotated. For Bruggen, you'd expect for Bruggen to get something at home to Wolves. Bowen could sneak something against Arsenal. I'd prefer if Bowen could sneak something and then Gabriel get his attack and return to wipe out the Arsenal clean sheet. Yeah, I'd go for that. Rory Rios, 7335. Is Hill on your bench? Choosing between him and Tavernier myself, but don't foresee much difference. Yeah, Tavernier was going through 1-on-1 last week. Should have scored. And he hit it straight at Henderson, wasn't it? So if Tavernier scored that last week, I wouldn't have been considering this too much. I think I'm a small bit burned from that Hill 10-pointer last week when Tavernier probably should have matched him if he got that goal. But for now, he's on the bench. I'm starting the attacker. Maybe I might be pushing the starting the defender. But Fulham could get a win there too, or Fulham could get a result, even a draw. How far are they off Europe then as well, Fulham? Isn't there a chance there could be 8 or 9, 10 10 English teams in Europe next season if all goes well. If Villa win, if Chelsea win the FA Cup then as well. Fulham in 11th. They're 3 points off Brentford. They'll be gunning for a win. Even a draw would be alright for them there too. Yeah, so maybe that might push me towards Tavernier myself. On a bench boost with 3 Palace players brought in on wildcard. Probably shouldn't play the bench boost, Jovial. Let me know who's on your bench boost, man. I probably would still play it because you've got the double game week, but I wouldn't be expecting two starts from them. But depends how well you're set up for next week. Maybe you keep going for it. Maybe you just go for it. Maybe just go for this week. Can only afford one. Who to prioritise, Saka or Gabriel? Gabriel this week. West Ham, second most goals conceded from corners. Saka might be assisting him, but get Gabriel in. I think last season then Gabriel score at West Ham then as well. I think was it a late Saturday night kickoff. I remember watching it when he scored, but I'd get Gabriel for sure. You can always get Saka next week then as well, or even if Saka could potentially get injured, you wouldn't know. They're managing his minutes anyway. But get Gabriel in there. Start João Pedro or Tavernier. Treslin Pillay in the chat. Great to see you, man. I'm puzzled with that one then as well. For now, out of those, maybe Tavernier. Maybe. JP for Gyökeres, if for free, I'd go for that. Yeah, Duffer 1707. Morning Niall. I've done Palmer to Saka, 2 free transfers. Would you do Semenyo to Shirky and JP to Gyökeres, avoiding Palace altogether? Duffer, if I had those transfers, I'd be doing that. Get that done, yeah. Palmer to who? Saka is a main shout. If you want to be slightly differential, you could go Eze, you could go Szoboszlai for Liverpool's last remaining games. I just don't like the fact Odegaard is sniffing around there then as well. He's going to probably take some minutes off Eze then too. So if Odegaard was out, I'd be going for Eze as a differential over Saka. He's probably got more haul potential. I know Saka got his goal and assist last week, but Saka kind of shows up for 1 week, shies away then for another week. And yeah, maybe it's something to think about now for the rest of the stream, what I'm going to do. But let's see. Right, we're on 18 likes, 2 likes off 20 likes. Once we hit 20 likes, we'll be opening our first pack. So if you are watching and you haven't clicked like on the stream, go down there, give the stream a like, and let's get our first pack open. Love from Indonesia here, from Dafrayadi. Hope all is well, man. Great to see you from Indonesia. Love that. Right, give that a little cheeky repost there. Right, I've triple captain Shirky. Nothing wrong with triple captain Shirky if you're going for it. I'm gonna have to keep Semenyo. I've only got 1 free transfer, so I won't be going the Shirky move for a hit. Definitely not. Semenyo, is he going to be rested after his poor performances? I don't know. Maybe he could be. Should I sell Rice or Rodgers for Shirky? Probably Rodgers. I'm expecting some vast rotation from Villa, so maybe Rodgers. Ani Kedewan, number 6 now in India, 15 points behind. How are you doing? I'm all good, man. How are you? How's your team lining up this week? I can see your comment below. Let's get into it in a sec. Nisha Quinn, take in Saka, Gyökeres and Shirky for Palmer, Semenyo and Pedro -4. Keep Semenyo, Saka and Gyökeres in for Palmer and JP. That's all good there. Keep Semenyo there. Here we go. Ani Kedewan, 2867. Should I bench boost this week or next? Team is Raya, Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Munoz, Lacroix, Justin Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Shirky, Pascal Gross, Haaland, Sarr, Thiago, DCL. 2 free transfers left. Next week, how do you look for a bench boost if you have DCL up against who's up against Leeds? He's up against Brighton. Finally got it out. Next week, Raya. So Ryan Verbruggen this week is good. You'd expect something from Verbruggen there. That's probably about a 6-pointer. Hopefully 3 to 6-pointer there. O'Reilly, Gabriel, Munoz, Lacroix, Justin against Spurs. I probably would play it this week. Any kid one. Rodgers, Bruno Fernandes, Shirky, Pascal Gross, Sarr, Haaland, Thiago, DCL. I'd probably play that this week. Go for it this week. Yeah, get that bench boost locked in there. Right, good stuff. Let's keep it going here. Saka to Palmer on a hit or start Bijol for -4. I probably would want Palmer gone. I know it's not ideal taking a hit, Michael, but I probably would get Palmer gone. You could probably play him if you wanted to. Depends if you're chasing or if you're going for rank. If you're going for your mini league, I probably would. I probably would do it even for a hit. Palmer has been shocking. Even missing the penalty last week, he was laughing when he missed the penalty. So that kind of pretty much cemented his transfer out of my team. But yeah, I probably would do it. I know it's not ideal taking a hit with 3 game weeks to go. If it's setting yourself up better for the next couple of weeks, maybe if you know yourself, if other players in the Premier League don't have Palmer, which they probably do, they're going to do that Saka move. If you want to, if you're leading and you need to keep your distance, I probably would make that move. It all depends. It all adds up to how you're going to make that transfer, how you're going to decide making that transfer. But if you're top of your mini leagues and bringing in Saka kind of ensures yourself against people below you, even if it's for a hit, I still probably would do it. Right, 9:20. I see we just hit 20 likes on stream. Give this a little refresh here. 22 likes, appreciate that, great to see that. So let's get our first pack opened on stream. I'm going to pick a random one. 1, 2. I'm going to pick the third pack for how many returns Haaland is going to get this double game week. So here's pack number 3. If we pack Haaland now on this one, that's a guaranteed haul from Haaland. Right, let's get this open. Seal off there on the pack. I'm going to put it right up to the screen here then as well. Let's see who we do get. Is that Austria? It is. Philippe Mwen. I'm sorry, Philippe, no clue who you are. Sweden, is that Gyökeres? No, it's not. Gustav Lagerbielke. No clue who you are, Gustav, sorry. Ecuadorian. Willem Pacho. Not a great pack so far, I won't lie. Probably not going to be a great pack with another Austrian in the pack here too. Nicholas Seiwald. Poor pack this. Very poor pack. Who's that there? Germany starting 11. Not too bad. Any Premier League players in there? Wirtz is there. Woltemade. That's all. Right, I think we've 2 more to go. Who's up next here? Another France starting 11. Wow, that's not a bad pull. So we have Mbappe, Camavinga, Saliba, Ekitike, Olise. Who is that there? Hernandez, Rabiot, Upamecano, and Kingsley Coman in that starting 11. Right, last player. I saw the New Zealand on the back. Not great there. Max Crocombe. First pack out of the way. Not a great pack, only for the teams, for the squads, France and Germany. Next 20 likes, we'll be opening our next one. Get the likes going on stream there if you haven't done so. Javial, sorry. Yeah, your last question, when you asked it, just deleted for some reason, so I couldn't get to it. You missed a few questions there, I think, Niall, so I'll ask mine again. On bench boost, but of Sarr, Munoz and Henderson, should I pull the bench boost, do you think? Sarr, Munoz and Henderson probably would. Even it's not ideal. I think you do have to take a risk with a Javial, but not ideal with the triple Palace at all. I don't know why there's comments being removed. Even Sakib above you, just a message has been restricted or retracted for some reason. Weird. Javial, I probably would play. It's not ideal, but I think because you set yourself up anyway for the double gaming, I think you're going to have to go for it. So why not get it locked in? It's not ideal. I do think there will be rotation from the Palace lads over the double game week, but get it locked in and sure, see how it goes. Even if they get something against Everton, maybe Sarr. How many minutes did Sarr play on Thursday night? Let's have a look at Crystal Palace's lineup on Thursday. What was it? 2-1 they won at least anyway. 5-2 in aggregate, was it? Yeah. So Sarr scored. He played the full 90. Munoz came off, did he? Munoz came off at 89, so he pretty much played the full game as well. Mateta, Strand Larson, Canvo, Lacroix, Henderson played. I would just play them. Not confident of a Sarr start in one of the games at least, but I still would just go for it. You've set yourself up with the bench boost, why not just get it done and even if you get some appearance points, at least it's better than nothing in a single game week. Michael Saka the Palmer, go for it. Dimitar Georgiev, Hamid, Avraya, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Richards, Munoz, Sarah Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Shirky, Haaland and Watkins start, and also have Darlow, Rice, Thiago and Keane on the bench. Should I change anyone there? Raya, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Richard, Munoz is fine. Starr, Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Shirky, Hallam and Watkins. Maybe Watkins to Gyökeres. Get yourself some Arsenal attack if you're not going for the Saka route if you don't have Palmer. Maybe just Watkins to Gyökeres there. He might be rested after that game on Thursday night. Luca Gabriel 6394. I've used 3 of my 4 free transfers to buy Saka, Shirky and LaCroix for Struijk, Palmer and Semenyo. I'm jealous of those moves. I will roll my 4 free transfers. Should I start Calvert-Lewin or Gross? I'm chasing rank a bit. Start Gross. Brighton are pushing for a European spot also. I've just a soft spot for Gross this season after what he did in the double game week. I probably would start Gross over Calvert-Lewin. And I am anyway. I currently have Calvert-Lewin on my bench, so that's what I'm looking for there. Right, all good here. Right, sound 25 past 9 and an hour and 35 to go. So right, number 6 in India, Anik Hedwan, 15 points behind. You're doing very, very well this season though. I've made 4 transfers: Palmer to Saka, Tavernier to Dewsbury Hall. Wow. Strike the White, Semenyo to Shirky. Frankie, fair enough. If he's up against Crystal Palace, fair enough. Tempted to bring in Saka and Gyökeres, but I have a feeling they might blank Elohim. Everybody's doing it. If everybody's doing it, I think they're gonna blank. Don't do it, and you're gonna end up on a positive note if it goes the way you're thinking. Mandy, Pigal, hey mate, start one of Pedro, Palmer, Hill, and Tavernier. One of those. Yeah, I'm currently leaning towards Pedro. If you have Palmer to Saka and start Palmer, or sorry, Palmer to Saka and start Saka. Palmer to Saka or JP to Gyökeres. Palmer to Saka. Javier, let me know if that's alright, man. But I probably would just get it done this week. Get it done. Hope to do start. Martin McCormick chasing 50-point deficit in my mini league. I've triple captain and a leader only has bench boost and currently doesn't have Haaland. Have one transfer, not sure between Saka and Szoboszlai for Palmer. If you think he's going to go Saka, you might have to go Szoboszlai to get 50 points. Let's say Haaland, if he doesn't have Haaland, if Haaland gets 2 goals, that's a 36-pointer without any bonus. Then it's down to 14 points left, Martin. So maybe just play it safe. If you think he's going to get Haaland, which he probably might do, even if he takes a hit to try and insure himself against you, or he might even have to take a -8. I probably would still play it safe for now. If he's going to take a -8, he's going to captain Haaland. But that means you're +8 plus whatever Haaland gets. So let's say he gets 6. That's probably been a bit. Let's say he gets 12. Then it's a 20-point deficit. Sorry, it's a 20-point gain, 30-point deficit. Then you might need 1 or 2 differentials then as well. Martin, let me know if you think he's going to get Haaland. If he can get Haaland in 1 or 2 moves, he might be able to do Palmer to somebody downgrade and then upgrade João Pedro to somebody. So maybe that's going to be a -4. Then it's going to be a 16-point gain. And what's that, a 20 or 34 deficit then, is it? Yeah, 34. Let me know, Martin, if you think he's going to get him. Because if you don't think you can get to him without taking a -8, -12, Haaland could easily get a 36-pointer on the triple captaincy, 12 by 3. But surely he gets Haaland in this week if he knows you're going to triple captain him. Bench, and if you are playing your triple captain, don't forget to activate it then as well. Bench Wilson, Thiago or João Pedro. Thiago, I think out of those. Brentford do need to get a result, but City will be all locked up after those 3 goals conceded against Everton. So I'd probably bench Thiago this week. Not ideal, but bench him, yeah. Right, just going through here. What are we saying? Grand. Safest Palace defender for 1 week, Canvo, I think it's going to be. Dan Dardis, no Palace in my team. I'm top of my mini league. Lads below, I have 3 City, 3 Palace. I have 3 City, 3 transfers. We'll do Senesi to Gabriel, Semenyo to Shirky. Don't know my last transfer. Any ideas? Send in the team. You're saying there. Sorry, I have the same team as you pretty much. João Pedro to Gyökeres. Or what are you doing there? Sorry, Semenyo to Shirky, Senesi to Gabriel, João Pedro to Gyökeres, and you're good to go there. Dan Dardis, get that done there. So safest Palace defender, Canvo, yeah. Best replacement for Palmer and Gordon will take -4. Can't see them can't see them getting any returns in the remaining games. Palmer to Saka, Gordon to Szoboszlai. So if you want to go with that, nothing wrong with those moves at all. 55% on the triple captaincy, which is interesting. I thought it'd be a lot less using the triple captaincy this week, Probably shows the bubble of the Twitter bubble of the Gabriel triple captaincy many moons ago on that second last double game week. I've got a right. We'll decide on that later. Which is the best wildcard squad, Victor? Triple City. I don't think I'd go near Palace at all. If you're looking for the remaining, you need double Arsenal defence and one attacker, so that's 6 of your wildcard team. Double Arsenal and Saka. You need some striker options up there. Probably Bone, you'll want it for the last game of the season, so you can even bench him this week if you have to. Bruno Fernandes has to be in there, yeah. Probably would have Gross there too. Defence wise, you're going to have at least one Brighton. So 2 Brighton, triple City, triple Arsenal is 8. Bruno Fernandes is 9. Who do you want for the last game of the season? Maybe 2 Liverpool attackers, Szoboszlai and maybe Van Dijk. Van Dijk and Szoboszlai, I know that he's not an attacker. Szoboszlai and Van Dijk will get you to 10. And if you want to throw in a cheeky Richarlison, because Spurs have something to play for, maybe. He got his goal last week. I expect him to start this week also. But that's your wildcard team. I'd shy away from Crystal Palace assets. I removed mine on purpose, Niall, because I thought of a better question. Don't think they get deleted unless they're offensive, etc. Jobby out. Fair enough. I think I would play the bench boost in your team though. Yeah, I'd go for it. Sakib, best replacement for Palmer. Yeah, sorry, Saka and Szoboszlai. Mihal, best Palmer replacement. I'm chasing him in mini league, 40 points off top in second. If you think he's going to go Saka, you're going to have to go differential to Saka. Why not go for an Aze? Only 3 game weeks to go. I'm assuming if the leader has Saka or has Palmer, he's going to go to Saka. So I'd go against him. 40 points is an awful lot to be chasing, unless you have the triple captain. If he doesn't have the triple captain, maybe you can get some points up there. But 40 points, if you want to win that, you're going to have to go differential to him. If you think he's going to go Saka, Eze, get him in and hope he starts and gets a return instead of Saka. Start Tavernier versus Pedro. Maybe Tavernier just. He has 2 free transfers, so probably can get Haaland without a hit, but probably won't get any Arsenal attacker. Get Saka, so yeah, if he's not getting the Arsenal attacker. So that means you're only going to get, let's say, Haaland gets 12 points. He's going to captain him. You're triple captain him. You're going to be 12 points. So that brings it down to, what, a 38 point deficit then. If he doesn't get an Arsenal attacker, if Saka gets 6, then it's down to 32. It's going to be difficult to get 30 plus points over the last 2 game weeks then as well, Martin, I won't lie. So you're going to have to be more differential to him if you're going to get 50 points. 40 points is hard enough, never mind 50 in 3 weeks. But the triple captain, just need to hope Haaland gets a monster score. Whom to replace Thiago with? I wouldn't replace him this week, just bench him if you have to. You'll want him for next week. Brentford have who next week? He's going for the golden boot then as well, or he's close enough. Yeah, the fact he's got Crystal Palace next week, Haaland is 3-4 goals ahead. He's got an extra game then as well. You could easily make it 5, 6, 7 more goals over him, but I'd keep Thiago, just bench him, and then you want it for the Crystal Palace game. Will Saka player start? He will start, yeah. He was taken off early, he will start. Mike, well lad, team is Raya, Dubravka, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Porro, Mukiele, Richards, Bruno, Wilson, Dangu, Tara, Palmer, Shirky, Bowen, Mane, Pedro. 1 free transfer, only have bench boost left. Any changes? Any way to get Haaland in the team there. You don't need to have Wilson, which isn't ideal there, Mike. Raya is fine. Van Dijk, Gabriel, Porro, Gran, Richards, I suppose, is fine for the double. Bruno, Wilson, yeah, Palmer and Pedro to Haaland, and whatever's left there, you have to get Haaland for the double game. Even if you're taking a hit, you don't have O'Reilly, you have to get at least one other City attacker. I know you've got Shirky. Get Haaland into the team there. Victor, my starting 11: Raya, Gabriel, Van Heck, Lacroix, Shirky, Rogers, Bruno, Ursula, Haaland, captain, Welbeck. I like Welbeck. Even Ursula is a decent differential there, to be fair. Raya, Gabriel, Van Heck, Lacroix, all good there. Shirky, Rogers, Bruno, fine in midfield. Ursula, Haaland, Welbeck. Would you start Sarr over any of those? Maybe Sarr over Ursula in the hope he starts one. Probably would go there. I don't know when to use a bench boost either, Mike. Could you use it this week? Burnley. Probably next week. Who have Burnley this week? Aston Villa. Burnley next week. Of Arsenal, not ideal. You've Mukulele against Everton. That's tough. Maybe you just keep it for the last game week, but should have been. Sorry, Mike. Should have been used ages ago. Spurs are West Ham for the relegation. I think it's leaning towards West Ham now. Spurs have been doing well the last couple of weeks or so, especially last week anyway, getting that win against Villa away to Villa. But I think it's probably West Ham. If Spurs get a win and Arsenal beat West Ham, which I think they will, that's gonna be very difficult for West Ham to get that back. Then last game of the season, they should win anyway. Let's just get up the table here. Right, if Spurs win, they're 4 ahead of West Ham. That's going to be difficult to turn that around in 2 weeks. Wow, they could be dead and buried at that stage. Jesus. Interesting. Right. Number 1 in the world. No triple captain, no bench boost. He's starting João Pedro over Hill and Tavernier, which is interesting. Or he's starting Calvert-Lewin as well. I don't think he's number 1. No, I think he's taking the mick. Anyway, right, all good there. 25-10. How are we looking there in stream? A couple of new subs on the channel. I really do appreciate that. We are on 31 likes, 40 or so watching us. Once we get to 40 likes on stream, we're opening our next pack of World Cup stickers. So get the likes on stream if you wouldn't mind there already. Is Bowen out to Welbeck? Or sorry, William in the chat. William, I missed your comment there. Morning all, one of the 45% without triple captain, so likely another red arrow this week. Apologies, William, I missed your message in the chat there. Wasn't scrolling down. Yeah, I'm sorry now, William. I want a massive haul for Haaland this week. 56%. I don't like the way the new polls on YouTube only show the one that's winning doesn't say how many votes are on it until you end the poll. Maybe it's just my laptop, or maybe it's just my YouTube, but I don't like the way that it does that. But yeah, I'll be hoping he does get a monster haul there. Victor or Bowen, sorry, Liam, is Bowen out to Welbeck for -4 worth it? No, not for a -4. You'll want Bowen for the last couple. Even play Bowen. West Ham will have to get something in that game. You wouldn't know what's going to happen, so why not go for it? Thiago to Gyökeres, a wait for Saka next week. Wait for Saka. I'd even keep Thiago because you'll want Thiago for the Palace game next week. Where am I in my own league? Is it my own YouTube league? I am 65th. It was about 40th last week. Now it was a poor week, so I've dropped down to 65th. Badly need a good week now. Looking at these money leagues here, there's a good bit of money on the line here. At least I have the triple captain available, so Haaland do not get injured in the first game, or my season could be over in the money leagues. 65th in my own league, which isn't too bad. I think there's 1,000 in it, maybe. I'm not sure how many's in it, but 65th isn't bad. I sold João Pedro to Gyökeres. Abdullah, if that's for free, all good. Who should start, Hill or Van Dijk, and Tavernier or Calvert-Lewin? Do I think Chelsea score? Maybe if I'm looking to start João Pedro, Calvert-Lewin or Tavernier. Maybe Tavernier. I'm trying to decide that myself, to be honest with you, so I can't answer that one for now. But probably Hill and Tavernier. First thing that came to my head there, Hill and Tavernier. TL5 skills. Where are you gone there? I'm first in my mini league. Both the chasers got Shirky. I got Semenyo. Defend the league and swap the Shirky or Palmer to Saka. If I do Semenyo to Shirky this week, I can go into the Saka next week. One free transfer. If you wanna protect yourself, why not do it? If there's a lot of money on the line, or if there's a lot of bragging rights on the line, just do that. Protect it. If you're in that position, the first you'll if you don't finish there in the last game of the season, you'll look back to this week. Why didn't I just play it safe and block them? So I probably would do that. Dan Dardis, Palmer to Saka or João Pedro to Gyökeres last transfer, and then start my Chelsea asset or bench. Squeaky bum time, up the Irish, loving the stream. Dan Dardis, appreciate that. Palmer to Saka, yeah. I'm gonna keep João Pedro myself, so yeah, Palmer to Saka. I can make the call between Palmer to Saka or Gyökeres in for JP. I'm going Palmer to right, or Palmer to Saka. Parksy, High Niall is Rice to Saka, where the -4, definitely not. At least Rice is on corners the other side then too, so no, I wouldn't do that. I do think Arsenal get something from a set piece tomorrow, so no, I wouldn't take him out for -4, especially with Saka. If they're leading by 2 or 3 goals, they'll take him off before 60. But I have to hope Saka has been involved in those goals before he's taken off. Liam Hamilton, is Bowen Welbeck for -4 worth it? Not for -4, no. Jovial, cheese curry or taco Niall after 6 points? 6 pints. Cheese curry without the cheese. Curry chip without the cheese. Yeah, not too mad on cheese now. Never had a taco fries as an Irish person. That's definitely a sin. But curry chip without the cheese. Yeah. Should we replace Semenya with Shirky? Which, yeah. If you have the transfers available, if you have a couple of transfers, I'd go for it. I've only got the one, so I can't. But I would. Shirky's the man in form. Yeah, I would go for it. Graham, the stream is flying 20 to 10 already. Wow. We're 17 subs off hitting 9.1k. It'd be great to hit 9.1k before the end of the stream. We've an hour and 20 minutes to get 17 subs. That'd be a lovely start to the Saturday, a lovely start to the triple captaincy game week also. And we're on 32 likes. We've plenty of packs to get through here then as well. Maybe I might cheat. Next time we hit 40 likes, I'll open 2. Maybe I'll go against the rules. William, absolutely to believe. Fair, all your great help this year has me in 7.3k overall. William, outrageous season so far. I really do hope you get the top 10k. I think I'm just out of reach. It depends how the triple captaincy goes. 32 points, I think I'm away for it. That's a big margin in 3 weeks then as well. Some stupid mistakes throughout the season. Benching Hill last week would have had me in prime position. Or sorry, if I started Hill last week, would have had me in prime position, 20 odd points off with the triple captaincy in the back pocket. Captain and who did I captain? I remember not captaining Haaland in the midweek games then as well. That kind of put me back a bit then as well. But sure, look, 35k. If I get anywhere between 20 to 10k, I'll be happy with that this season. But yeah, there's 3 game weeks to go. Anything happen, I might even drop outside the 50k rank the way things are going. But I need a massive green hour this week. So we'll see. DCL to Welbeck. Should we replace the menu with Shirky first off? Yeah, if you have the free transfer available, definitely do it. DCL to Welbeck and bench Dewsbury Hall then for -4 to get Saka in next week, or roll the 2 free transfers, play Dewsbury Hall and bench Thiago and DCL and move A's at the Saka, then Munoz to Keane. DCL to Welbeck and bench Dewsbury Hall. No, not for -4 to get Saka in next week. Just roll the transfer. So you have Eze. Yeah, if you have Eze this week, you're fine. Eze was subbed off at the same time as Saka, so Eze should start. Aaron Tunsinha, Cherky captain for sure. Why not? If you want to go for it. DCL to Welbeck. Sorry, that's the same one. They're all good. Keep the transfer. Do not take the -4. Shows the team. The team's on screen there. I still have to make a move then as well. But I'm not locked in on the starting 11 at all yet. I've got an hour and 15 or so to the side. First time I'm in the league, both the chasers got Shirky defend the league there. TL5 skills. Yeah, I would do. Yeah. Am I locked in on Haaland triple captain? Of course. Yeah, I'm locked in on that. I can't get the Shirky. O'Reilly's an outside pick then as well. So, yeah, not a bad shout there. João Pedro, Enzo, Strike to replace, and 2 free transfers. Who do you suggest? 2 free transfers. If you can do Enzo to JP to Gyökeres, Strike to Gabriel, I'm assuming you can't do that. If you have the money, maybe you do. Ask Aurora, let me know how much money you have in the bank, but Strike to Strike to Van Heck could be an option there. Joe Pedro to Gyökeres if you can't get it. If you can do Enzo to the likes of Osaka, of course you'd be doing that. But let me know how much money you have in the bank there first. Let me know on that. Shirky versus Robot for the triple captain. Has to be the Robot. Has to be the Robot. Has to be the Robot. Right, I've plenty of messages to get through on the Patreon then as well. Niall said a message before the madness. Would you do Xavi and Bowen, Saka and Mane, or only wasting my time? What's the rest of the team? Let me know there. It's cemented to Shirky where to hit. Defo not. Defo not. Mo, do you think I can hold? Right, what about not having Gabriel as forward? Packet Palmer as forward has him, and I should copy his players to stay safe at third. Do you think I can hold third if has triple captain? I'm only 15 points ahead. How similar is his team in fourth? 10 plus from tight. Right, Mo, let me know on that if you are watching. Apologies, I'm only getting back to you now. Alice for DCL. I could get Yock in for DCL and bench JP to Yock and save money. Grand there. Michael, 8.5 if I move Gibbs White. Any suggestions? The big problem is who to bench. Also Verbruggen, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Anderson, Gibbs White, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, Szoboszlai, Wilson, Haaland, Bowen, Thiago on the bench also. Yeah, you have a big bench and headache there. 8.5. Would you chance Eze? Right, back to the stream here. We'll get through those Patreon messages throughout the stream here then as well. Keeping Palmer, no, Palmer will be gone. Alexis Gonzalez, morning Niall, hope you're good mate. Double Brighton, double Bournemouth, or double Leeds defence? Double Brighton against Wolves. Yeah, they have to get a clean sheet there surely. Shirky versus Robot for triple captain. Robot, yeah. You haven't lived, Niall. Get some taco fries down you after the next session with the lads. I will do so. If you're ever in Galway, Jovial, let me know, and I'll get a taco fries with you for sure. Van Dijk, Anderson, or Casemiro start one. Probably Van Dijk there for DEFCON. Casemiro against Sunderland. Do you know what? Maybe Casemiro might get an old cheeky header for Bruno assist. Go for it. Going to take the -4. Pedro and Palmer out for Haaland though. Can't afford Saka. Do I get Rice, Enzo, or Eze or Szoboszlai? I'd chance Eze. I'm steining towards Eze now for some reason. It's whether or not I do the transfer or just go with Saka. Is the triple captaincy enough? I don't know why I was sleeping on Eze last night, thinking about him. Going to take the -4. Pedro and Palmer. Yeah, Eze. I think Eze there. Szoboszlai isn't bad at all, but Eze is not a bad one. Nedus, trailing mini league leader by 8 points. DCL are Bowen to Welbeck on bench boost this week and already have 3 Palace. Have 2 free transfers, thinking to also cover Brighton the fence and get Van Heck in for strike. Get Van Heck in, that's fine if you're bench boosting. DCL or Bowen. You'll want Bowen for the last week of the season. If you have a planned route to get Bowen back, I'll do Bowen to Welbeck and keep DCL this week. But if you're not planning on get Bowen back, you want Bowen for the last game of the season. DCL to Welbeck, so Welbeck's a nice differential this week. But I don't want Bowen for this week. I wouldn't want Bowen for this week, but for the last week of the season, I would want Bowen. Right, all good there. 13 minutes to 10, an hour and 13 to go. We're 28 subs off hitting 9.1k. It'd be great to hit that before the end of the stream. And we're on 37 likes. Once we hit 40 likes, we're going to open 2 packs this time. Maybe I should do that. First like is 20. First 20 likes is 1 pack. Second 20 likes is 2 packs. 60 likes is 3 packs. Maybe I should do that. But once we hit 40 likes, we'll open 2 packs. So we need 3 more likes there then as well. Cameron, what are we saying, Cameron? Where are you gone? Where are you gone here, Cameron? Morning, bud. Hope you're good. My team is Raya, Gabriel, Nico O'Reilly, Van Heck, Richards, Bruno, Shirky, Rogers, Dewsbury Hall, Wilson, Haaland, Martinez, Bowen, Hill, Thiago. Would you change anything? Bowen on the bench. Would you start Bowen over Dewsbury Hall? Maybe not if you've got double Arsenal defence. I understand why you're benching Bowen there. That's fine. Nico O'Reilly, Van Heck, very strong defence there alongside Richards. Then 2. If he starts to 2, you'd be happy enough with that. 4 to 6 points maybe with 1 DEFCON along the way. Bruno, Shirky, Rogers, Dewsbury Hall, Wilson, Haaland captain. 4-5-1, is it? Or 5-4-1? Interesting. Okay. Or is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5-4-1. Fair enough. And Haaland up front. Leave it at that. So, could you play Hill over? No, you probably couldn't. No, leave it off at that. Ross Farah, Cameron, you're good to go, I think. Good man. Morning, mate. With the rotation concern, should I start Richards or not? Don't want to start him. Then he gets benched against Everton and plays against City. Cheers. Who are you going to start ahead of him, Ross? If you're starting the likes of a Hill over him, I probably would start Hill over him. If you're worried about the benching, maybe just start Hill. Archie, start 2 of Hill, Van Dijk, Thiago and Thiago. Hill, if you want to start Thiago, a lot of people everyone is going to be on at least one City defence. If Thiago wipes out that City clean sheet, you're on massive points there then as well, or massive gains with a 4-pointer there compared to City's clean sheet wipeout. If you think Brentford score, you start Thiago. If you don't think the score, you start Hill and Van Dijk there. But if you want to take a risk and start Thiago with the amount of people playing City defenders, why not go for it there then as well. Michael in the chat, morning pal, sent you my team on Discord, advice on transfers and lineup as always. Let's get into it here, Michael. What are we saying? 2 free transfers, 1.2 in the bank. What's the play here? Verbruggen, Van Heck, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Hill, Semenyo, Bruno, Gross, Saka, Tavernier. 2 free transfers, so you're in a good position here. João Pedro to Gyökeres, Michael, and you're good to go. Triple Arsenal. Why not just do that? Yeah, Gabriel, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Bruno, Gross. You could probably even do Semenyo to Shirky if you wanted to, and save yourself some money. Maybe do that. Semenyo to Shirky and João Pedro to Gyökeres, and you're good to go then. I'd probably lean towards that. All right. All good there. Right, good stuff. An hour and 10 to go to the deadline. I need to start worrying about my own team shortly then as well. Show us my picks there. Haven't done them just yet, man. I will be doing them shortly though. We're 1 like off 40 likes. Get that locked in, and while you're down there, hit subscribe on the channel. We're 18 subs off hitting 9.1k. It'd be great to hit that on today's stream. So get that going there. I appreciate it if you haven't done so already. Or if you're not enjoying the content, I completely understand that then as well, and you don't want to like, just watch away. All could, either or. Aurora, I've Gabriel. I can do João Pedro to Gyökeres, but not Enzo to Saka. I'm 5.5 short. Strike the Crystal Palace asset or roll. I have Gabriel. I can do João Pedro to Gyökeres, but not Enzo to Saka. Enzo to Eze. If you can't do Enzo to Saka, is your next route there. So I wouldn't take a hit at all, no. But strike the Crystal Palace asset or roll there, no. Bench 1, Senesi, Tavernier, João Pedro. That's what I need to decide on myself. That's what I need to decide on myself. Senesi, Tavernier, João Pedro. Probably would bench Tavernier. Or I think that's the toughest one. I have to lock that in now. Let's get a poll going on stream here. First off, right, triple captaincy now is going to tell us 116, 59% on the triple captain, 41% not. Who to bench? So let's go JP, let's go DCL, let's go Tavernier, and Hill. Let's see what the poll, or let's see what the audience or the chat is saying on that. If I want to even start the poll, there we go. Right, let's go back up here. Can you recommend a free hit draft for this game week? Let's go through a free hit draft. So triple City, O'Reilly, Shirky, Haaland, first off the bat. Double Brighton defence, you have to go. You could probably even go triple if you wanted to, but double definitely for Verbruggen and Van Heck. Van Heck racking up the DEFCON numbers there too. So that's triple Brighton, triple City. Probably have to go triple Arsenal then as well. Would you go Gabriel, Saliba, Saka? Arsenal will get something from a set piece, even if you want to go Ben White over Timber. Maybe you go for that then as well. So that's triple Arsenal, triple City, triple Brighton is 9, Bruno Fernandes is 10, and one last spot in the team. Do you put in a Canvo or a Richards in the hope he starts the 2? Maybe not. Maybe that's your free hit team for you there. Not ideal because a lot of people already have triple City, triple Arsenal, triple Brighton. Well, they definitely have triple Brighton, not triple Arsenal, but that's your free hit this week. If you want to go for some differentials on a free hit, who would you look towards there? Let me just have a quick look here. None scream out this week, I'm sorry. Like, if you wanted to attack that Aston Villa game against Burnley, I do think Aston Villa will mass rotate as well after the Europa semi-final. Forest against Newcastle, not mad on going Forest lads then too. At least they have the league to focus on now, but they're pretty much safe anyhow. Well, they are safe. Fulham Bournemouth, there's two decent sides against each other there. No, I wouldn't go away from there. It's not a week for differentials really. No, Eze, if you wanted to go Eze instead of Saka, maybe you go with that. But no, not an ideal week for a free hit. Definitely not. Right then, good stuff. Right, 5 to 10. I just see we've just hit 40 likes on stream, so appreciate that. We're gonna open 2 packs this time instead of the 1. So let's hope we do get a good player in the packs. Keep the questions coming as always while I am opening these. It gives me a bit of a breather, and it is a bit of crack opening them anyway. Right, here's pack number 1. Who are we saying here? If I can even get it open. Right. Up first, no clue who that is. Hassam from Iraq. Fair enough there. Number 2, Sweden. Calcio in Italy. Very good. Next up then, Japan. Suzuki from Copenhagen. Up next then is a Swiss lad, is it? Ndoye, the winger from Nottingham Forest, is right. Very good. Germany's at Ter Stegen. I was going to say Neuer. No clue. Saudi Arabia. Absolutely no clue. I saw the back of it here. Morocco. Aguard. Not a great pack again, I won't lie. We're not getting too big of hits in these packs. Right, pack number 2. I can see a shiny card already, which is cool. And then we'll get back to the stream. Right. First up there, another Iraqian player. Is that even a word? Tashin. No good. Who's the shiny going to be for our best pull on stream here? Demiral. I know him at least. Right. Was he Leicester? Did he play with Leicester? He was in the Premier League, was he? No clue. Absolutely no clue. Is that Uzbekistan? Oh, here's our shiny. Brazil 1994. Wow, that's a good pull. Brazil 1994. That's our best pull all stream. We're only getting the good squad pick or squad cards. Tyrek Lamptey. He's with Fiorentina now. Wow. Decent lad back in FPL. Only decent. Whenever he was getting hauled, he just got injured the week after. Andre Ayew, another ex-Prem lad. And Argentina, Enzo Fernandez. There we go. Enzo Fernandez. Right, 2 packs out of the way. Back to the stream here. There's your free hit draft. Avsaror, what Palace assets to go for? Skip 2 free transfers. Skip them there. Am I selling Semenyo? I am not selling Semenyo. No. Morning, mate. Thanks again for the stream and all your work over the year. Appreciate that. 80-40. Good man. My transfer thoughts. Szoboszlai to Rodgers or DCL to Welbeck? Thoughts, please. DCL to Welbeck for free. I like the Welbeck punt this week. Any update on Gibbs White? I'm seeing bad pictures of him on Twitter anyhow, but I think they're AI generated. But let me just see any update on Gibbs White here while we're looking. Morgan Gibbs White will be available this weekend. Or no, sorry. Yeah, I don't think it'll be wrist. I don't think so. No. If you have Gibbs White, I probably would move him on. Is Gyökeres guaranteed minutes? Havertz worries me. I think Gyökeres starts. They might offload the bench then 60 to 70 minutes in. Well, should I start Kelleher or Dubravka? Is he going to save a Haaland penalty this week? Hopefully not. Queeveen, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Burnley are up against Villa at home. Villa are going for a top 5 finish anyway. I probably would start Dubravka for the save points, maybe. Who thinks about Eze at night? This is what the game does to you. Honestly, this is what the game does to you. Finbar Murphy, Garnish. Good Irish name there, Finbar Murphy. Good man, Finbar. 3 free transfers. Semenyo to Shirky, João Pedro to Gyökeres, and third Arsenal spot. My mini-league main rivals, Bodo and Semenyo, could also do Senesi to Palace defender. Keep Senesi. Don't get a Palace defender anyway. Semenyo to Shirky, go for that. I'll be hoping Semenyo does well over the double game because I will be keeping him. João Pedro to Gyökeres is fine there. Semenyo to Shirky, João Pedro to Gyökeres. Keep your other free transfer. I'd go with that, yeah. Michael, I did. All good there. Let me know if I got back to you, which I did though. Let me just message you back anyway, Michael. Semenyo to Shirky and Yak in for JP. Right, grand. We need a Brighton haul. We definitely do. If I were to bench Richards, it would be either Bowen or Strike. Do you think West Ham get one? They need a result. City need West Ham to get a result. Or West Ham and Bowen, I suppose, are in big trouble if they don't get a result tomorrow anyhow. Do you think they'll score? I hope they score, and then Gabriel can get his attack in return to make it 1-1. If I were to bench Richards, it would be either for Bowen or Strike. Oh yeah, sorry, what are you saying? Start Bowen and bench Strike. Easy. Captain O'Reilly or Shirky trying to go differential than Haaland. O'Reilly as your next one. Frank O'Brien, Verbruggen, Darlow, Gabriel, Senesi, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Strike, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Palmer, Scott, Tavernier, Haaland, Welbeck, DCL. 3 free transfers, 6.8 in the bank. Who transfers who to start under pressure? Thanks. Verbruggen, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Heck is your back 3. Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Palmer to Saka. Tavernier over Scott is your 4. 3-4-3, good to go there. Don't be under pressure at all. You have 3 free transfers. Palmer to Saka. Could even do Semenyo to Shirky if you wanted to. Even do DCL to Gyökeres if you have 6.8 million in the bank. There you go, Frank. No need to be under pressure now, man. So again, DCL to Gyökeres, Palmer to Saka, Semenyo to Shirky. 3 free transfers. Captain Haaland. Say less. Go with that. Bianca Blank. Start Dubravka, Ruffs, or take a hit, and if so, who? Got 3 Arsenal City already. Do not take a hit for a goalkeeper. You're alright there, man. Do not do that. Who would you start? Dubravka or Ruffs? Sunderland at home. Dubravka also at home. Who scores more, United or Villa? Probably United. Start Dubravka, so I'd probably just go with that. Right, 59 minutes to go. 47 in the chat, which is great to see. Keep the likes coming in on stream. Keep the questions coming in on stream. Who's your best Gibbs White replacement? I have 3 Arsenal in the fence, 3 Palace. I have the following mids: Sarah, Gibbs White, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Shirky. Can you afford Saka? Oh, you have 3 Arsenal already in the fence and 3 Palace. Next up for a midfield spot, you already have Shirky, Sarah, Gibbs White, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. You don't have a triple City, so if you have 3 Arsenal in the fence, I'm assuming that means you don't have a Riley. I'm guessing that just takes up all your defender spots. Gibbs White to Doku if you can't get to Semenyo. I would still prefer Semenyo, but if you can't get Semenyo, Gibbs White to Doku. Rice or Eze. Best Arsenal 3 for this game week: Gabriel, Saka, and would you go another defender or attacker? Gabriel, Saka, Eze. In that order. Alright, Niall, Onspro in the chat, good man. Brought in triple Palace on my wildcard a few weeks back, so running with it: Henderson, Van Heck, O'Reilly, triple captain. O'Reilly, triple captain, nice. Wow. Saliba, Lacroix, Sarah, Bruno, Saka, Semenyo, Tavernier, and Haaland. Is that a 5-4-1 or 4-5-1 again? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right, 4-5-1. Very good. O'Reilly triple captain, I do like that. I have Senesi, JP and DCL on the bench. Could have played JP over none of them really, I suppose he couldn't. Over Tavernier, maybe. What am I going to do with JP? The poll is saying bench JP anyway. Do I bench JP or what do I do? What have I have? 57 minutes to decide that anyway. What do I do with JP? Interesting. Palmer and JP to Saka and Gyökeres. That means he's starting. Interesting. If Pierce is in the chat, he's just posted his team. Fair play to him. He's got Shirky. Do I start JP? I need to not worry about that league anyway. Interesting. Right. I've Senesi and DCL on the bench. Would you start JP over Tavernier? DCL over Tavernier? Maybe. Chasing 70 points, by the way. That's where you're going, the triple captain. O'Reilly, very fair. Who's your Onsbro? I'm not mad on the Crystal Palace lads, but Senesi, JP and DCL, can you sub any of those in for those? Senesi, JP and DCL. Probably you can't. Probably you can't there, no. Chasing 70 points. I hope that triple captain O'Reilly does well for you. As long as he's assisting Haaland, I hope it goes well for you. Right, 55 minutes to go. Plenty of time here. Let's go back to these then as well. Start one out of DCL, Senesi or Tavernier. Trying to figure that out myself. Currently. Right. Guy behind me has used all his ships. Next guy 30 points behind me and his triple captain bench boost. Feels like my best option is maybe Bone to York. Don't need Gabriel. Can he wait till next week? I'd prioritise Gab. Second. Yeah, prioritise Gabriel over the York. Sorry, thought I sent it. All good. Only 0.1 in the bank. Raya, Danzo, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Shirky, Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Anderson, Haaland, Watkins, and Bowen. Bowen to Saka and Mane. Should I do Xavi and Bowen to Saka and Mane? Only wasting my time. Do you think? Scott, do you think it's worth another -4 Arsenal player, Rice or Gyökeres? No need for the hit. Definitely not, Scott. No. You'll have to be differential, so you'll have to be differential. Only 2 weeks left. Right, back to the chat on here, working through these Patreon messages. Right, with the majority of them done, a good few to get through anyway. Who are my top 3 Arsenal zone for the remainder of the season? Double Arsenal defence and Saka. Avin, hey man, your tips have been useful all season. Need one more advice. Appreciate that. Can only start one this game week. Who would you prefer, Gross or Tavernier or DCL or Senesi? I think Gross out of those. I do think Gross. Start Gross. Yeah, something from a set piece. Van Heck, bang, ball in the bag. A couple of points on the team there. Yeah, I would start Gross though. Aran9113, would you take a -4 to get Hinchelwood for Tavernier on bench boost? And it also means I have enough funds to get Saka next week against Burnley. Not for a -4. No, not for a -4. No. I'm just looking at myself doing that header there. Where is that gone? Who to put first on the bench, Van Dijk or Anderson? Van Dijk. Thoughts on Jimenez as my 15 player on my wild card? Not the Bournemouth one anyway. We won't say anything about that. Not the Bournemouth one. He won't be playing for a long time now. If those allegations are true, we'll leave it there. Hussein, Mehdi, King, bench boost, Raya, Thiago, DCL and Bruno Guimaraes. Have 2 free transfers to get Welbeck for DCL. Why not? I'd like to have DCL this week. Raya, Thiago, Bruno Guimaraes and Welbeck. That's a very strong bench boost there. Treslin play, Senesi, Tavernier, João Pedro bench 1. I'm in the same dilemma myself. Looking at the poll there, They're saying João Pedro to bench. João Pedro on the bench. I need to have a think about this now. Do I start Hill? Yeah, that's one thing I need to decide on. Yeah, I'm in my thoughts. Sorry. What's Kev saying here? Am I mad starting Hill or just a guaranteed 4 points? What are we saying, Kev? I need to get back to Ryan as well. Shite, I forgot to message him back. Where are we, Ryan, here? What do you think of this punt? Ursula flying at Newcastle fixtures. Probably the Croy to Saliba next week then. Who you taking out there? Right, Kev, before I get back to the stream here. Am I mad take starting Hill or just a guaranteed 4 points? Calvert-Lewin, João Pedro. Trying to decide on that myself. Right, let's see on that. Right, back to the chat here. 50 in the chat, which is great to see. Pierce Doherty, good man. Fair play, you posted your team. Hope you're still watching this anyhow. Good man, Pierce. Do hope you have a good week, and I hope we both finish on green arrows for the rest of the season anyhow. And it's been a good battle in that money league, definitely. Treslin play, bench 1 of Senesi, Tavernier, João Pedro. I'm trying to decide on that. Who's the best Gibbs White replacement? Eze. I have the following in midfield. If you can't get the Saka. Oh, sorry, you three Arsenal already. Szoboszlai. What transfers are you making? I'm taking out Palmer. I need to lock in who I'm going for though. Bench 1 of Tavernier or Hill. If I bench Tavernier, I go 4-4-2. If I bench Hill, I go 3-4-3. I got Senesi in already. I'd have Tavernier. Wouldn't double up on the Bournemouth lads. No. Will Gibbs White start? If you have him, Luke, I'd move him on. Sell JP for Gyökeres own if for free. Yes. Who to bench? Hill, Cash, Rice, or Dewsbury Hall? Cash against Burnley. They're going to rotate though. Maybe not. Rice, Dewsbury Hall. It's between Hill and Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall up against rotated Crystal Palace. Maybe just Hill, but then Hill could get a DEFCON, and then maybe Rice could do nothing, but then Rice could get something from a set piece. I think you have to start Cash with the fixture. I think you have to start Rice with the chance for something from a set piece. Dewsbury Hall or Hill. Maybe Dewsbury Hall, start him instead of Hill, but then is Hill going to get 4 points at the DEFCON? 68% return rate in the DEFCON. That's tough. It's tough this week. There's going to be points on the bench this week for sure, which is very, very tough. Castle, what do you think of my lineup for Bruggen, Gabriel, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Tavernier, Saka, Bruno, Minta, triple captain Haaland, and between Thiago and DCL, who's the better pick? If you do think Brentford are going to score, you're going to get more gains starting Thiago if you get something, and then people missing out on that Man City clean sheet. So would I start Thiago over DCL? Maybe not. No, I probably would start DCL. Patrick, back to you though. Out of those, because I didn't answer your question, I kept going there because it's a tough one, but maybe just Hill. Vivid, my team is Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Van Heck, Bruno, Saka, Shirky, Tavernier, Gomez, João Pedro, Haaland, benches Dubravka, Hill, Bowen, Strike, 1 free transfer, 0 in the bank. Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Van Heck is all fine. Bruno, Saka, Shirky, Tavernier, Gomez has to go. Is he not still injured? No. Can you get rid of Gomez for I thought he did his knee over the double game week. Maybe he might be back. Having your bench for me without pens. Yeah, started him over Hill too, for fuck's sake. Grand, right. Who would you say there? Gomez. I thought Gomez was injured. Let's have a look. Quick look here at the Brighton Gomez. Maybe he's back. Yeah, he's yellow flag, so I'd get rid of him. 50% chance of playing. 4.9 million. Could you go for? Could you get a Doku? But then if you're getting a Doku, you should have enough for a Shirky then as well. maybe just go with that. Gomez to Shirky if you can't. Gomez to Doku, but I think they're around the same price anyhow. So get that done. Right, 10:15, 13 minutes past 10. How are we looking here? I need to decide on my transfers. We're on 60 people watching us, which is great to see. We're 15 subs off hitting 9.1k. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe already, only 3 game weeks to go. We're trying to First off, we're trying to hit 9.1k this stream, and then we can worry about probably 10k next season. But it'd be great to get one step closer to the 10k sub this season. So if you are watching, please head on down there, click subscribe on the channel. Your support this season has been crazy, so honestly I do appreciate that to get to where we are at the moment. It's great to see. I'm Anonymous. Who's the best Gibbs White replacement? 3 Arsenal. Yeah, Soboslai with that. Patrick Sarsfield. Good morning, dear fella. Would you sell Eze to Saka? Definitely not. No, do not do that. No. Will Gibbs White start, Luke? I don't know. Will they risk him? So if you Gibbs White, you can go for a Saka first off if you have the money. If not, Gibbs White to Eze. Go with that. Loft just in the chat. Well, Niall, torn between starting JP or Van Dijk. Yeah, do you start the attacker? Do you start Van Dijk in the whole? Will Chelsea score? Will they score? They're so bad. Why am I even considering starting João Pedro? But then if someone is telling me here now, Kev is telling me to start DCL because he's a penalty taker. But I do think Spurs shut up shop, and that's tomorrow, that game as well. JP probably Chelsea's main threat. Will Chelsea get something? I'm going to be watching I either watch the 12:30 game or go to the gym as well. If I've João Pedro, I'm going to watch the early kick off, but then I might as well just go to the gym and not be too fussed about the early kickoff. Let's see. For now, Tommy, I probably would start JP. Maybe. Corey Thomas, I'm stuck on a bench and headache this week. Eze, Rogers, Hinchelwood are one of my Palace defenders. One of your Palace defenders if it's maybe. But they've got a double game week. Do you just bench Hinchelwood? I'd start Eze anyway, because Rogers has Burnley, but Hinchelwood has Wolves. That's tough. Maybe your Palace defender. So I would start all those 3 to be fair. Tony Towers, Saka for Palmer, Semenyo for Shirky, Evan Nielsen to Gyökeres, or Saka to Palmer and Evan Nielsen to Richarlison. Those first 3 sound good. Saka to Palmer, Semenyo to Shirky, Evan Nielsen to Gyökeres. Get that done. Gross over Palmer. Palmer not performing, but scary having him on my bench. Get Palmer to Saka done. That's all you have to do there. Start DCL over Tavernier. Something I need to consider then as well. João Pedro to Gyökeres or Semenyo and Enzo to Saka and Shirky. João Pedro to Gyökeres, yeah, why not? Or Semenyo and Enzo to Saka and Shirky. Second one isn't bad actually. Semenyo, if for free, I'd go for that. Yeah, honestly, JP is better than Tav. Maybe. I also have JP in the starting 11. Mr. Flat Out 87. Yeah. Decisions. Lacroix or Munoz for a 1 week punt before moving to Saliba. Maybe Lacroix for the DEFCON. Munoz, they seem to be resting him, especially him starting and then taking him off at half time. I probably would start Lacroix there. Mario on the chat. Good man, Mario. Well, Niall, what's the story, man? Hope all is well. Start 2 from Wilson, Tavernier, Hill, Calvert-Lewin or Anderson. Tavernier and Calvert-Lewin, maybe Mario out of those. I'm just drawn to those. Yeah, I probably would just go for that. Morning, brother. Addy Mac. 4 free transfers, got rid of JP, Palmer, Semenyo for Saka, Gyökeres and Shirky. Still I got 1 free transfer in hand, which I'm saving. 4 free transfers, got rid of JP, Palmer, Semenyo for Saka, Gyökeres and Shirky. All good there. Like those moves. Will Gibbs White start, Luke? I don't think he will. Move him on, Luke. Give the man some subs, Ryan. Appreciate that. You texted me there. What did you say? You did yeah, I'm stressing here on. Right. What are we saying, Ryan? Ended up bringing in Saliba instead of Lacroix. The lad I'm up against in the cup this week doesn't have a hectic team, so saves the transfer for next week. Very fair. For Bruggen, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Van Heck, Saliba, Saka, Bruno, Semenyo, Gross. It's a good team. Right, good stuff. Start João Pedro, Thiago or Wilson. Maybe JP out of those. Well, lad, Alex Kelly, Shirky, triple captain to close the 50-point gap in big time players. Alex, I hope it doesn't go well for you. I don't have Shirky. If I had Shirky, I'd say yes, but just because I don't have Shirky, no. Surely it has to be Haaland's week this week. Could be Shirky's week either. Yeah, Ryan is saying Liverpool are leaky. Who do I start with here? Jesus. Need to see. Anyway, best Palace defender for minutes if you can afford Lacroix or Munoz. Canvo should be your man there, but I wouldn't be wasting some transfers on him. Definitely not. Triple captain or bench boost this week, Maddie. Triple captain has to be the week for it on a double game week. If it was a better double game week team other than Palace, I'd say bench boost, but no, don't say when you have the chance to triple captain Haaland. I know in the form he's in, it's not ideal, but when you've got the chance to triple captain him in a double game week, get that locked in. Is Skelly an option for a transfer in? Definitely not. No. Van Dijk to Ben White. Timber's out this week anyway. Don't think I'd waste a transfer this week getting rid of Van Dijk. Van Dijk could easily get something against Chelsea from a set piece, so maybe not on that. Pristy 713 triple captain or bench boost with Henderson, Richards, Munoz or Strike. Because we've got the triple Palace, that's not ideal. I still think you have to triple captain. What other week are you going to triple captain realistically? I think there's better chance Haaland outscores that triple Palace with the benches or with the rotations that's been going on. If you're looking at next week for a triple captain, unless it's Arsenal against Burnley, but once that game is 2 or 3 up, they're gonna offload the bench then as well. Last game week of the season doesn't scream out any Hall potentials unless it's Bowen against Leeds. I don't think I'll be going anywhere near those, to be honest with you. No, leave that off there. Why not Shirky triple captain? If you want to go for it, go for it. Nothing wrong with it. Right, all good there. Stuck on it to start Martinez instead of Raya. Start Raya. Burnley. True. As long as you have at least one Arsenal defender, you can start Martinez. If you have Gabriel, maybe spread the risk. Hope Arsenal concede and Gabriel gets something. I probably would still start Martinez with that Burnley game, maybe. Unless Villa mass rotate. Would you say Saka or Gyökeres is the better pick? Still think Saka is. With set pieces, especially with West Ham, I'll say it again, they're second for most goals conceded from corners, so Saka's on set pieces, corners. I do think Saka gets something tomorrow, and Gabriel gets his head onto something then as well. Is Palmer to Saka worth a -4? No. Triple captain or bench boost with Henderson, Richards, Munoz, Strike. Triple captain there, Pristy. Danielle Haya, start Bowen, Hill or Gordon. Got my triple captain on Haaland. Sure, do you move on Gordon, do you? Can you do Gordon to an Eze for free, Danielle? Let us know. Do that if you can. Go with that if you can do. A lot of people doubling up on the Arsenal attack, which is fair enough, to be fair. Right, good stuff. We're at 16 subs off hitting 9.1k. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, go down there, click subscribe on the channel. That'd be very much appreciated. We've 50 in the chat. Surely there's 14 of you that haven't clicked subscribe. Go down there, click subscribe on the channel. Right, Shane, what are we saying? What couldn't tell you, to be honest. Is there news? Don't even think of that, to be honest. Probably doesn't, to be fair. Would you recommend any of those? I'm far too out of touch with this game, so happy for you to decide, please. Fair enough. Xavi, can you do Xavi to Eze for free? It's a tough one. Cheers. No bother at all. For Senesi, that leaves me 8.3 if I move on Bowen, or 6.3 if I move on DCL. Would you do one of the above? And if so, for who? Senesi to Gab. Yeah. All good there. Have I decided about transfers? Not just yet, but I will do. Abdullah first. The one I'm trying to reach is having Gyökeres and Welbeck. Should I risk with someone else? He's ahead by 50 points. He doesn't have the triple captain, but I do. Would you consider Captain O'Reilly since he would have captain Haaland? 50 points is going to be very difficult to take the risk. Right, all good there, Abdullah. Any advice here, FPL? Thinking of a swap for Semenyo, 1 free transfer, 3.3 million in the bank. Semenyo, Haaland, Joe Pedro, Calvert-Lewin, Tavernier, Bruno, Hill, Gabriel O'Reilly. Nothing wrong with it. Tommy there, let me know. Anyone using is next best at Tommy. Right, grand. Triple captain Nico O'Reilly, if you have to go for it. Danielle, sorry, you already have Saka. What are you saying here, Danielle? Start Bowen, Hill or Gordon. Got my triple captain on Haaland. If you have Gabriel, if you have Saka, I still would probably go Eze. They have Burnley up next week, so why not just go for it? Right, here we go. There, anyone using transfer double up an Arsenal defence this week? I can see West Ham getting 1 goal at home, so thinking carrying it for last few game weeks. Fair. FPL, any advice? Need to win this week. Got 4 free transfers, 1.2 million in the bank. Senesi to Gab, Palmer to Saka, and who's the other one? Semenyo to Shirky. Josh, if that's alright. Any advice here? 2 free transfers, 1.8 in the bank. Thinking JP Diocres and start him for Hill or Tavernier. Go for it. All good there, Callum. Good stuff. Need to win my head-to-head this weekend to go top of the league. This is the best team to start. I'm still deciding on JP versus Hill versus Tav. All good there. Tarek, Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Hill. 3 free transfers. Can I copy and paste that there? There we go, Tarek. Good stuff there. Right, let's get back to the YouTube chat here. That's everyone got back to for now. Starting lineup or bring in Tav. How much for our replacement? Right, all good. Opponent in my mini league has used all his ships and 10 points ahead in second. Can you recommend a super differential mid? His 3 city is Semenyo, Shirky and Haaland. I've O'Reilly, Haaland and Doku. I'm playing my triple captain. If he's not playing his triple captain, I expect Haaland to get 10 plus points just to keep. We should be fine. You've got O'Reilly, Haaland and Doku, so Semenyo, Shirky to your... I think you still outscore him. O'Reilly, if he gets at least 1 clean sheet and a return, he's going to outscore Semenyo and Shirky. Your triple captain, I think you're fine there. So bench boost in next game week, Maddie. I've used my bench boost already. If you're on about yourself, send it in there. Then again, as far as we're jumping through questions here. Senesi, Tavernier, Hill at all in the bench. Is that a good decision? Not last week. I think this week Fulham might get one. Have you decided your transfers you're making? Haven't locked it in, but I think we're looking towards that. All right. I already have Saka though. Danielle, nothing wrong with going double Arsenal attack, Eze and Saka with that Burnley game next week. Tempted to triple captain Shirky over Haaland, FTBL07. If you're chasing, there's nothing wrong with it. Would you bench DCL and strike this game week against Tottenham? I'm still deciding whether or not to start DCL then as well. Harsh, rate my free hit draft: Henderson, Gabriel, Saliba, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Bruno, Hinchelwood, Saka, Shirky, Haaland, Welbeck. Henderson, Gabriel, Saliba, Van Heck, all good there. Would you even go Verbruggen over Henderson? Maybe. O'Reilly, Bruno, Hinchelwood, Saka, Shirky, Haaland, Welbeck. Who are you missing there? So you have your triple city. You have at least one Crystal Palace. You have Welbeck. You have Hinchelwood. Nothing wrong with that. Triple Brighton, triple City, double Arsenal, but double Arsenal defence. Will West Ham get one? Maybe. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Will West Ham score though? They might nick one. Yeah, one max. Hill is prob guaranteed for with Defcon. It's between Hill. Toss up there indeed. Free transfer here from P. If no other issues, go for it. Right, all good there. Joe Pedro on the bench. Harsh sheet. I think that's that free hit is fine there. Jovial. Any news on Strike? Niall and being on bench, we should have just swapped a road on our Bijal. Let's see any news on Strike. If he's fit, he will play. Let's just see what the quotes were on him here. If I can get anything on stream. I'm starting JP. Oh God! Right, I need to decide on this then as well. Chelsea are so bad though. But if Joe Pedro gets one, is all I need. One. I probably would move him on Jovial. It doesn't sound like he's hectic. It sounds like he's got a knock from what I saw there. Joe Pedro on the bench. Fair. Castle, should I bench Tavernier and start all three of Haaland, Thiago and DCL? I probably would bench Thiago. Should start Pedro Porro or Rice? Rice, I think he might get something from a set piece. What do you think of Dango to Trossard, or is it Min's risk not worth it? I don't think so with the minute risk, no. Mitchell, recommendations on Virgil to O'Reilly for a -14. Currently Dubravka, Gabriel, Van Heck, Virgil, Rogers, Semenyo, Szoboszlai, Bruno, Gross, Watkins, triple captain, Haaland. Not for a -4. Dubravka, Gabriel, Van Heck, Virgil. Do you know what? He probably outscores Virgil by 4 over the double gaming, so probably would go for it. Yeah, get it done. It's not ideal taking a hit, but I'd still go for it. Yeah, get that done. Right, 29 minutes to go until the deadline. I better decide what I'm doing here, shouldn't I? Bring in Raya or play Verbruggen. Is Semenyo to Shirky worth it? I'd do the Shirky move if I had the transfers. I'm not. Play Verbruggen. Right. Mitchell, right. Recommendations. You probably just go for it, yeah. Mr. Tam Berryman. Who to bench? Tavernier, Hill or JP? Alternatively, you can sell Strike the Palace defender and start them over the above 3 options. I wouldn't go near the Palace defenders. Bit of a waste of a transfer there. Bench Tavernier, Hill or JP is exactly what I'm trying to decide on here. Exactly. Do we start looking at bookies odds now for the what's it going to be for both teams to score in the Chelsea game? What's the odds on that? Of course, it doesn't say the odds right now, and we need to check them. Right, looking at my own team here. Right, let me just get sorted on my moves. 12 million for a midfielder. It's probably going to be Saka. So what happened for Burnley? Let's get into the midfield options anyway. Casemiro, 5th ranked midfielder this season. Wow. Saka, 9.9. That leaves me with plenty in the bank then as well for some punts over the last 2 weeks. But then next week is going to be an Arsenal defender, and then one last punt on the last game week of the season. If I bring in Saka here, it's for Bruggen, Gabriel, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Saka, Bruno, Gross, Haaland, and fill in the blanks. Jesus, it's not ideal, is it? Hi FPL era, how about Gyökeres to JP? If for free, yeah. If for free, do it. If it's for free. If it's for free. Do I lock this in now? Or do I was dreaming about Eze last night. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. 69 people in the chat. We're 13 subs off hitting 9.1k. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, while I'm stressing about this, do us a solid and head on down there. Please click subscribe on the channel. Once we hit 60 likes, also we'll be opening 3 packs of these stickers. Maybe it might give me a breather and let me decide on who I'm bringing in this week. But yeah, 26 minutes to go until the deadline. 80 people in the chat, that's great to see. Chiro ranks here, who to start between Thiago, Mukulele, Bowen and Thiago. Do you think Arsenal concede? Maybe one. Is it going to be Bowen? Maybe. If City concede, is it going to be Thiago? Probably. More chance of City conceding than Arsenal? Probably. Mukulele is my man. Start DCL or Hill. Flip a coin. I would if I'd a coin. The only wallet I have is just cards. I don't even think I have a coin. If I had a flip a coin, I'd do it for you. TL5 skills. Chiro ranks there. Probably would start Thiago just. It's tough though. It is a tight decision. What am I doing here? Benching wise. What do I do benching wise? Maybe I need to flip a coin then as well. Do I start Calvert-Lewin over? Do Leeds have to get a result? Oh, they're safe, no. But it's just if will they get something? LMN tricks. Bench boost active. Should a keeper sell James Justin? Not sure who to get in. Van Heck, Munoz, Gabriel, O'Reilly. Can you do a James Justin to Saliba for free? If so, get that locked in. How much money have you in the bank? LMN tricks. Do let us know. A few new subs there. Appreciate that. We're 12 subs off 9.1k. Appreciate whoever clicks subscribe there. Right, maybe I'll just lock in my transfer for now. Palmer to Saka. Done. Right, Saka's in the team. Now what do I do with this? Do I go for this 3-4-3, or do I sub in? Do I sub in Tavernier for DCL? Triple captain is active anyway. I'm going to leave it on this for now. Now I'm just going to move the vice captain to. It doesn't matter any, but we're moving the vice captain to O'Reilly. $22 minutes to decide on that. Right, let's send this in for now. Still deciding on JP versus Hill. It's tough. Right, Alice. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait because I think Gross could do well against Wolves. Yeah, start Gross for sure. Grand. Right, Mo. First one is mine. Second is his. Verbruggen, Van Heck, O'Reilly, Senesi, Hill, Gross, Tavernier, Semenyo, Bruno, Calvert-Lewin, and he's got Szoboszlai, Watkins, Van Heck, Virgil, Gabriel. Palmer. Gabriel will hurt you, alright. Gabriel. Can you get to him in one? 6.5. Is Shirky 6.5 or is Doku 6.5? 6.6. Oh, he has it already. 6.5 million for a midfielder. Who are we going there? We go away with your CH. Casemiro, Wilson, Garner, Dewsbury Hall, Enzo. Only one at that price. Trossard, the Trossard start. Trossard, maybe, but wins risk. Right, all good there. Thank you, brother. Final question. Saving my remaining free transfer for next week. I get a Palace Villa. Save. All good there. Grand. Should I go 5 for 1? Taking out Liverpool. Taking out Palmer for Liverpool mid. I think I'd start JP. Welbeck, right. Let's get back here. His minute's not a risk. He was taken. Wait. Right, back to my own team here. Back here, and we're back to the chat here then as well. Right, what are we saying? Owen Meehan in the chat. Owen, good stuff. Right, sorry, I was just stressing out there. My team is Raya, Gabriel, Mukulele, Senesi, Virgil, Bruno, Wilson, Rogers, Szoboszlai, JP, and Haaland triple captain. Benches, Dubravka, Thiago, Dango. 2 free transfers, 1.5 million in the bank. Any recommendations? Raya, Gabriel, Mukulele, Senesi, Virgil, Bruno, Wilson, Rogers, Szoboszlai, JP, and Haaland. 1.5 in the bank, so you've no... Can you do Wilson to Shirky there, Owen? Wilson to Shirky. Shirky or Semenyo? I'd prefer Shirky. I have Semenyo. I can't do anything else, so that's what I'm going for there. Pedro gets a goal, I think, Ryan. Yeah, it just makes me want to watch the fucking early kickoff then if I do go for him in the team. There's going to be points on my bench, is the only thing. What else are we saying? Best Palace defender for minutes after Lacroix and Munoz. Canvo, isn't it? Initial thought was to start Thiago. Actually thought Forrest wouldn't have a great time to rest. Who to start out of Eze, Thiago or Lewin? Eze and then Calvert-Lewin after that. Top of my mini league by 60 points. Stop playing the game. You're 60 points clear. You're grand. Is it worth getting Saka over Palmer? Do it. The people behind you are gonna go for it. Just ensure yourself with that. I'm going Palmer for Verts. I might go Gordon to Saka for -4. Taking that risk now. I'm going Palmer for Verts. Might go Gordon to Saka. Go for it. So if you want to take a risk, if you need to get some ground up in your money leagues, mini leagues, why not go for it? 17 minutes to go. I just see we've hit 62 likes, so now we have to open 3 packs on stream. We've 88 in the chat at the moment. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, we're just 12 subs off hitting 9.1k. Go down there, please. Click subscribe on the channel. 1, 2, 3 panini packs coming your way now then as well. Keep the questions coming in. We've 16 minutes to go until the deadline, so we've plenty of time to get back to you. Get those likes and subscribes in on stream if you haven't done so. Appreciate it. Right, pack number 1 of 3. We'll fly through these. There's a shiny there that's shown. Matt Freeze of USA. No Matt Turner. Panama. I keep getting that Panama. I've about 5 of those Panama shiny cards already. Wow. Austria goalkeeper Patrick Pence. Fair enough. Next up then, who we got here? Ayer, nice, of Brentford. Has he been injured all season? Am I right in saying that? Or maybe he's just been benched. Rafael Leao, good pull there, very good. Up next, who's that? Cannot see who that is. No clue anyhow. Some lad from New Zealand. And Uzbekistan. Poor pack there again. Rafael Leao wasn't too bad. Right, pack number 2. Here we go. Should have done the ASMR up to the mic there. Another shiny. I just saw the shiny as we opened it. Player number 1. There we go. Who's that? No clue. Absolutely no clue. Don't tell me that's Panama again. No, it's not. It's Austria. I thought that was Panama again. As I said, about 5 or 6 Panamas. Oh, we got Vinicius. Oh no. I thought it was Vinicius Jr. We need him to complete Brazil. Davison Sanchez. Damn it. I thought it was Vinicius. Who was that there? Johnny Placide of Haiti. Goalkeeper for Haiti. Very good. Up next then, is that Netherlands? Is it? Yeah, there we go. Netherlands squad. Lovely. Up next then, Portuguese, does that look like? No, Moroccan. Absolutely no clue now, I'm sorry. And Uzbekistan there then too. Right, last pack. Potentially last pack of the stream. What are we now? 14 minutes to go until the deadline. Oh yeah, forgot to do this now, sorry. There's your ASMR up to the camera there. This is an FPL channel anyway, not an ASMR channel, so don't worry. Right, Bosnian squad up first there. Don't care about them. Swiss. Yeah, he is for AC Milan. Very good. It's not Vinicius anyway, no. Yaya Sithole. Lovely name. Japanese. No, Scotland. Ben Ganondorf of AFC Bournemouth. Very good. Next up then. Oh, we got him. Mo Salah. We got Salah. That's the pull of the stream. Mo Salah. That completes our we got Messi, Salah, Ronaldo, Haaland. If you are joining us late, that's our Avengers, whatever they call it, the stones. I'm not a fan of Avengers anyway, but Salah, Messi, Kane, Ronaldo, and Haaland. Wow. Right. The GOAT. He is the GOAT. Finishing off the pack then, Ghana goalkeeper and Edson Alvarez. Right, enough of that crack. I need to see what I'm doing with my team here. William, send a message on Discord. Apologies, we were having a bit of fun there. Right, William, what are we saying? 1.3. Apologies, William, you were watching me opening packs when I should have been messaging you back here. 1.3 minute in the bank, 1 free transfer, Palmer to Saka. I need to decide on DCL, Tav, Hill, or JP then. Do I bench the Bournemouth lads again? We'll have to see. Let's see. I'm chasing 20 points in my little league. Triple captain O'Reilly over Haaland. If he doesn't have the triple captain, you're fine. 10, 15 points from Haaland. That brings the deficit down to 5-10. That's well doable in over the space of 2 game weeks. Then it's going to be tight, but yeah, go for it. Right, triple captain Haaland, yes. What are we doing here though? What are we doing here? On the benching. What are we doing? GUFC98, same team, only difference is Dewsbury Hall instead of Tavernier. Start him over DCL or JP. I think he's going to go under the radar with Palace Stretch and Sunderland next week. I would start Dewsbury Hall if I had him. Why not go for that? Yeah, go for it. Marco, would you start Canvo over DCL? I probably would start DCL just. I think he gets something. That's why I'm starting him. Josh, 4 free transfers now. Worth using them all to bring in triple Arsenal, Gabriel, Saka, Gyökeres for Senesi, Palmer, Pedro, and Cherki in for Semenyo. I'd go for those moves. Yeah, if I had those transfers available, I would go for it. William, I'm chasing the leader in leagues by 20 points. Do I go different than Captain O'Reilly or Cherki, or stay safe with Haaland? If it's not the triple captain, then you might have to go differential. If you were playing a triple captain, you could probably get 20 points back if he didn't have it. So yeah, I'd maybe would go differential than him. It's a risk. Do I think it pays off? Probably not, but I think you do have to go for it. Please add the FPL deadline time as it runs on your screen next time for better transfer timing. Clinton, fair enough. Maybe something I need to do for next season. So, top of my mini league by 60 points, 1 free transfer. Worth getting Saka over Palmer. Yes, go for it. Why not? Kai's 187, more than 5 points ahead of my mini league. Should I do -4 for AZ at DCL? No, not for -4. Also, second in my mini league on a triple captain Haaland. Should I still captain Haaland? Yes, definitely do. If you're 5 ahead and he's triple captain and Haaland, he's probably going to be top at the end of this game week. So yeah, I probably would still captain Haaland. Yeah. Perfect. Thanks. What about my bench? Struggling who to bench? I think that's fine. Right, all good there. Mo, what are we saying? Should I leave the bench like that? Yeah, I got 3. Should I bring him in for striker? If I bring him in for strike, should I bench DCL and play a 5-4-1? Play a DCL. Should I leave the bench like that? All good there. Grant. Parente, would you do Gyökeres and 1 Arsenal defender for DCL and strike? Have you got Gab? Just prioritise Gabriel. Play DCL. Grand. What else we send in the chat? Start Hill or Pedro. That's what I'm trying to decide on myself. Who for Caicedo, or maybe take out JP for Gyökeres? I'm starting JP. He might nick something to AZ if you can. Doing Palmer to words today. No hit. Start Hill or Tavernier. Tav out of those, and I mentioned Tav myself. Senesi gets you money. Grand. Yeah, I don't think. Three, 4-3 Parente, DCL over Tavernier. I'm starting DCL. Grand. Whoever, so if money. Right. Struggling to pick between Pedro or DCL to start. The 2 of them if you can. What are we asking here now? Doing Palmer to Verts. I wouldn't do the Palmer to Saka for a hit. Right, I'm into the side of my own team now. Start Thiago or Eze. Eze definitely chasing 20 points. Triple captain O'Reilly over Haaland. He also has triple captain Haaland. 20 points is doable over 3 weeks, so it's doable, Liam. It is possible. It is possible. Tommy's saying always play true fair. It's possible over 3 weeks. I'd mirror the triple captaincy. But if you want to really go for a risk, go for the risk with the triple captain. But 20 points is possible. It's going to be tough. You need to make sure you've got some differentials between the pair of you. That's tough. 3. What do we do here? Chasing first place in the league, same thing as you apart from Shirk. You have 3 free transfers to take another punt. If you're doing Palmer to Saka, that's all good. Palmer to Saka is fine. Love the channel, Liam. Appreciate that, man. What are we doing here? Am I playing Tav or am I playing DCL or who am I playing? Start Dewsbury Hall or Thiago? Dewsbury Hall out of those, yeah. Out of those, I'd start Dewsbury Hall. Should I start JP or Senesi? JP. Would you take -4 to... No, not for -4. Definitely not. No, not for -4. Don't do that. It's 4 minutes to decide. This is going to be horrible. Is it Tavernier or DCL? Or is it Tavernier or João Pedro I bench? Oh, it's going to be a last minute thing. Oh, I'm going to regret this. I've subbed Tav. I'm not going to regret that. Calvert-Lewin instead of... I can just picture Calvert-Lewin having a terrible return. Owen, get back to your question. Of course we can. Owen, can I do Shirky for Wilson? Would you recommend going Virgil to a Palace defender? Shirky to Wilson, just so you see it on. Shirky in for Wilson on. Keep BBD. Bench JP, Higgins is saying, I think he gets something, Dylan, in the early kickoff. I think he does get something. I'm starting Tavernier again. He owes me something from last week. Don't forget to play the triple captain if you're playing it then as well, lads and ladies. Do not forget to play the triple captain. If you're getting rid of Gordon, do it. Defo not. Do not do that for -4. Right, 2 minutes to go until the deadline. How we looking on chat here then as well? Perfect, thanks Niall. Best of luck this week. They've only scored in one of their last 8 games. They're in woeful goal scoring form. True. Does João Pedro get something though? I'm not sure. 83 in the chat. We're 13 subs off hitting 9.1k. If we could try and get close to that before the end of the stream, that'd be honestly brilliant before the deadline ends. How are we going here now? Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with that. 352. Would I bring in Saka for Rodgers? Yes, for free. Almost forgot who you're picking for last man standing. I'm not in it this week. Who's left? Brighton. If you had Brighton, pick them. Thiago to Welbeck for free. Go for it. I'm just going to make sure I have that locked in, that the triple captain is locked in. I have DCL on the bench. I'm putting my faith into Spurs that keep DCL and Leeds quiet. Leeds are safe, so surely. I'm just making sure Haaland is on the triple captain there, yeah. Hill will get DEFCON. Right. That should be it. I've started Tavernier over DCL. That gives me someone in the 3 PM games, to be fair. So I need Fulham to score and Tavernier to get something. Wow. Let's see. Good luck, buddy. Let's go, Kevin Tran. Appreciate that. That's another deadline stream out of the way. One last pack, because I have a pack here beside me. Do you know what? Before we go, one last pack. Let's get one opened. Too many stickers open here. Jesus Christ, if you saw this desk. Last pack before we go. Croatian badge, not bad. One shiny to start off. Kolasinac. Remember when he bet the shite out of a robber in his home. Mazraoui, not bad there. Turkey. Hincapie, I didn't even know it was Ecuadorian, fair enough. The France badge is a good one to end on. And some lad from Saudi Arabia. Well, that's another deadline stream out of the way, a stressful one. But we have 2 game weeks to go. That's it for another game week. Before we do drop off, please head on down there, click subscribe on the channel, give the stream a like if you haven't done so already. Your support all season has been absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to throw up this tweet anyway, see how we ended out. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin on the bench. Double game week, 36 team locked in. Let's get this tweet up. Palmer. So that means I wouldn't mind Palmer scoring, to be honest with you, as long as he assists João Pedro. Transfer, triple, captain, active. 1, 2, 3. Double digit return for Haaland has to be. Overall rank 35k world. Look for the week. Right, good stuff. There we are. That's it. 352. Bosh. Higgins with the emojis. A boy Higgins. Good stuff. How did everyone else fare out this week? 274. Someone has played Calvert-Lewin over João Pedro. Fair enough. João Pedro there for Oscar. Good to see. Started the 2 Chelsea boys, which is interesting. At his rank, 12k. Good man, Oscar. Right, that's another deadline stream done. 2 to go. Wow. Need to make sure we get we should be getting a green hour this week. Should be getting a green hour with the triple captaincy. No hits taken at least. And yeah, that's another. Gonna move that down there positionally nicely before we go. Yeah, that's everything there now. Sound. Right then, I guess I'm watching the early kickoff. So, João Pedro, I need to do something, man. the bread and butter this season. Let's get into squeaky bum time for sure. Any other questions, do send it in. Leeds Spurs match will be pretty decent scoring. As much as Spurs are playing decent, they still concede and Leeds on form. True. I do think Spurs kind of keep them fairly quiet. They have to get a win, especially with West Ham up against Arsenal. They have to get a win. Right, good stuff. That's it there now. Let's just get this up. What are we saying? Triple captain active. What did I move to? Moved to 3-5-2 with on the bench. If I can even spell. Grand. Right. Any other questions? I think that's it for another week. All eyes on Erling Haaland. All eyes on the Bournemouth game later. I need them to concede. I need Tavernier to get something. And I'll be happy enough with that. But first off, we need Joe Pedro to get something in the early kickoff. Right, we're going to leave it. Oh, no changes. So I'm just watching my own team here. Did I leave it as is? Oh, yeah. Sound. Right. 3-5-2. Did I end up the same way as I did? Maybe I did. I thought on my video during the week I swapped to. Oh yeah, no, fair enough. Grand. Right. I'm chatting to myself here. We're going to leave it for the week now. Let's wait and see if we get a team lineups. Kev went with JP on the bench or starting. Anyway, thanks all for the support for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. We're going to leave it there for this week. Come on, Haaland. Get us something this week. Thanks for watching. Best of luck for the week. We'll see you in the next one. Eraboo.